Welcome to this week's show of Focus. With myself today, I have a young promoter, young by age, and guess what? He's a young goat also, in many of our terms. But I have a young man that has been making, such a huge stride within the promoting aspect of Guyana, promoting, some wonderful parties. Some may know as, Gyptinoni, Friends with Benefits, and others. A very good creative and creator, and a public figure. We're talking about the GOAT himself, Mr. Marlon Jacobs. He will be here today, or for matter of fact, not will be, but they're here with me today, and we're gonna be talking about a bunch of different things. We talk about business, we talk about fatherhood. We're gonna have a little talk, and learn some things from the GOAT himself. So tune in with me, guys, and it's gonna be very fun and informative. As I say, welcome to Focus. Mr. Marlon Jacobs, first and foremost, bro.
Yes,
welcome
yes.
to Focus. Indeed, it's been actually been some time, and to me, it's a privilege actually having you first and foremost, meeting out to the GOAT. Initially, though, the plan was for me to actually wear my really shiny shoes, my shiny black shoes, because I wanted to outgun Marlon with his shoes aspect here. The guys like, yo, I admire this guy footwear, but he's a GOAT for a lot of reasons. So for the fans, or for the viewers that, don't know, some people still don't know a lot about the GOAT. Who is the GOAT?
The goat is the greatest of all time, and it's not the little goat; it's the big goat.
Big GOAT.
Yeah, so I've done a lot of events. I've done a lot of music. I've done a lot for entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to putting Guyana on the map,
Yeah.
internationally, I'm probably the only person that has been to several territories that, had a great turnout and
Great.
events were successful. So I feel like, that's something I want to expand on,
Yeah.
and become a bigger goat in time
Definitely.
to come.
Definitely. So, well, we're not really going to touch any competition aspect of it yet, because to me, in my opinion, I don't think local promoters are ready for heavy competition coming down from the GOAT himself. But where did it why or how did it start? In promoting parties and things that they start? Where did it all start from? Where did that love?
In school.
In school.
Yeah, promotion was a farm support for me through school. That's how I got, to support myself through college. And it started as a freshman in college. I was actually playing music before I started promoting. And, after playing like the first two events, I made like $300.
Crazy.
And that was a lot of money back in the
Crazy,
day. So, I was like, as time go by, people keep asking me, yo, when is the next event? So I said, I'm going to just do my own thing.
Word. But I mean, you're moving away from, many may describe Guyana as a third world country, and you're moving to, a more international, type of system.
Yeah.
How difficult was it adjusting though? Like, promoting party A is one thing, but promoting party there is a totally
promoting
different.
party in general
Yeah.
is a big task, right? Because you could live in a neighborhood and people still won't support you.
Yeah.
So when you get that support, you got to be appreciative. You got to show gratitude and let the people them know that you appreciate them coming out. And so that's one thing, I take pride in doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For my supporters, they always know freedom, show love. So that's it. When I started in Ghana, I was like, I got to do it in Brooklyn because that's where I live.
Yeah.
And then I did it in Brooklyn, and I say, if I could do it in Ghana, I could do it in Brooklyn, I could do it in other places, so it's just doing it in one area, just make me realize that, it's possible to do it in other places, just using the same formula.
But let's just stick to Brooklyn actually, because I'm just gonna move away from what we're talking about into something else just for a second. The music in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is a place that is practically dominated by a lot of Caribbean people, as much as it's filled with Americans, American natives. How exactly, bro? How difficult was it first? I mean, it just can't be the goal just go and land and just hit it up like. How did you take your first? I don't know if you ever had a bus party in Brooklyn.
Yeah, of course. You
Yeah,
gotta
so
go
how
through
did
them
you
things.
like stay motivated, bro? I mean, that's something in itself.
You gotta take the wins with the losses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I treat my losses the same way I treat my wins.
Yeah.
You know, I won't cry about the loss because I know I'm gonna learn from this loss
Yeah.
and do better next time. You know what I mean? And sometimes I be looking forward to a loss because I would end up in a comfort zone that, you know, make me realize, you gotta turn up the grind. You know what I mean? Yeah, so sometimes a loss is just an eye opener.
But and then we see Marlon come up with these cool name like dripped in honey, like wow, like dripped in honey.
Yeah.
Hey, crazy, like bro.
Yeah, some of the concepts are very creative, very innovative because times is changing.
Yeah.
Parties is changing. The ambience in parties is changing. So some of my events are, you know, to attract a different crowd. Some soca events for the soca fans, and then we got dipped in honey. That's a concept I came up with for the people that like to dress up and feel good. You know, so it's basically a ladies concept. I have a lot of other concepts that appeal to different people, so it's not just targeting one audience.
Also, we've seen over the time, we've seen, you know, these things on Facebook that's been occurring with people trying to like, you know, undermine, you know, what you do. Some may try to like blacklist it, you know, put it aside like, yo, we think go out. How do you tend to, you know, handle these sort of critics and criticism?
I feel like I passed the blacklist stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. They try over and for the past 10 years, it's been really difficult for me, you know, in terms of really showing Guyana my true potential. You know, none of my events that I ever had here has been easy. Even to my birthday the other day, you know, it was at the club and the police came and said, you know, there's a nice complaint. So, you know, there's always enemies out there. There's always people that don't want to see you doing better than them. You know what I mean? And I understand the game. I understand what comes with the territory. So at one point I didn't. You know, I was very aggressive with how I treat my business. But now I laid back because I understand that all of these things come with the territory, you know.
You know, it's really crazy though, Marlon, because see, when I look at it from this angle, let's talk about it in a commitment aspect. And you know, I've learned over the years that, you know, in order to be great at what you do, you must be committed at what you do. And sometimes you really got block out the noise, you know, like move the away out of your, you know, hemisphere, basically just to be successful. And I realized that you have like, to me, when I spoke to, was Auntie Rhonda. I was speaking to her sometime back, and I was like, yo, I really like how Marlon is just, you know, he's humble at the same time as much as he's being committed. And that is one of the most, you know, important elements that I like about you. We're going to touch on humbleness now, you know. I mean, we see a lot of people, you know, gain some necessary, you know, repetition of them. It's like in Guyanese terms, it's move sideways. You know what I mean? But you be right there on the street. I was like, before I saw him, I was like, oh, this is the band, like Marlon Jacobs, this is the GOAT. I was like, you just passing Mother Bread Sunday, I think it was you and some other guys. And I was like, yo, Marlon, you just give me a touch. And I was like, yeah. I was like, this man really humble. You know what I mean? So how do you like, you know, tend to like, as much as you're elevating in life in itself, you're becoming a bigger person, your brand is growing, you know, how do you still manage to stay humble, you know what I mean? How does it go?
Probably how I was brought up, you know. My grandmother always taught me to stay humble and, you know, don't be too show off. So that's how I was brought up on the East Coast. Everybody was family, you know, and although you might have more, that's not a reason for you to judge somebody else or look down on them. So that's some of the morals that, you know, I grow with, and I try to teach my kids that as well. That, you know, a lot of times people see you on social media and they assume that you're this type of person, and then, you know, they might not like you on social media, but then when they meet you in person, they say, you know, I really misjudge you. And so I get that a lot because people say, you know, on Facebook you seem like a different person, but you're really calm and cool in person. So that has helped my business a lot too. You know, because people like meeting you and knowing that they can relate to you in real life and not just on social media. In terms of the nice, man, if you're committed to something, if this is something that you want to do, the nice is gonna come. You know what I mean? Some of the nice is good nice, some of the nice is bad nice. You just gotta know what to respond to and what to ignore. and I master
That.
ignoring
Those
what I
people.
mean?
You know, it's really, just a few weeks ago, I had an interview with the dancer artist, and his words to me was like, you know what, Mike, we didn't use the word Mike, put in mind, but he's like, you know what, negative comments works.
Yeah.
And,
It
you
always
know, I
works.
live with her. But, you know, life is such a beautiful thing, but then it could get ugly, it could get drastic fast. You know, it really, to me, it corresponds, good and bad, it really corresponds. And in the midst of your career, we've seen Marlon bloom. You have been blowing up. Well, like perhaps if you had put Freedom Boss Entertainment on the stock market, you probably would have get some big spikes. But you was blooming like Bloomberg.
Yeah.
But we've seen the accident, Marlon. I could recall from my aspect, I was like enjoying a very fruitful time of my life at one point. And then one drastic night, it just went in a crazy accident, bro. My whole car turned up on these sort of things. So I could have related to what, you know, you went through. That fate, well, it wasn't that fateful, but you live, you know, through to us. Eventually, it was a fateful night. You were still here with us. So, how was that moment to you? How did that moment shape, you know, or create a different Marlon? As much as you still being you, but how does that moment shape
Well,
Marlon
that
Jacobs?
entire incident was a turning point for me.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like when that accident happened, I was at a comfort zone, so to speak. Everything was going so nice and smooth for Freedom. When I crashed, my girlfriend was actually 6 or 7 months pregnant. So I don't even know if I was conscious, but that was the first thing I thought about. You know what I mean? My son growing up without me. So even if I couldn't see, I tried to open my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even at the hospital, they tell me everything is going to be all right, and I believe that. So, friends again, you know what I mean? You got to be careful with your surrounding, because how that accident happened is like somebody has a threat for my life. You understand?
Crazy.
So, early in the day, we stopped because I hear a knocking on the car. We stop early in the day. They say, all the wheels loose. Same day the accident.
Bro. Yeah.
I left the car outside again, and then I went up the coast and do a shoot. Come down back, same thing again. You know what I mean? So that was an eye-opener for me to be more conscious of my surroundings and the people around me.
Yeah.
Then boom, from that, we had an incident in New York, a robbery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my comfort zone again. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like I let my guard down too much last year. So the thing just different now. You know what I mean? It's not the same freedom, it's not the same goat, because sometimes I forget I was a goat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I treat me things so humble that I forget, like, you know, you're a threat to people. People would like to be, you know?
Yeah.
So it was just an eye-opener for me. Can't complain.
I mean, if I could look at it from a journalistic point of view, I mean, it's been a hell of a ride. I've been here for like, what, 4 months? And it's been a hell of a ride, you know what I mean? It's been really a hell of a ride. I didn't really want touching the cars. You can look as though we're shooting shots, but bro, it's been a hell of a ride. It's been a hell of a ride. But, I mean, to where, you know, from that day onwards, I was like, you know, hey, this man got crazy. I don't know, was this guy purpose on the face of this earth? Like, I was talking to some friends. I'm Ruel also, because me and Ruel is quite, we're really close. He's like my best cousin from the bunch. So we were speaking, I was like, Ruel, bro, I don't know what was the purpose of my own life, bro. But I mean, you created us humbly in the most severest of manners, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, to see how you bounce back, and then, you know, seeing you at that event, with the crutches and so on, it was such a touching moment. Like, bro, it shows you could go from 0 to 100.
For the last 6 months,
I
had to work twice as hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to work twice as hard because there's so much happening. You know what I mean? I even had to take a break slight. But nobody noticed the break. But to me, you know, I gave myself a break and come back and try to rebrand the thing and build the thing again from scratch, basically.
Great.
You know what I mean?
Also, as I alluded to just a few moments ago, you know, life takes these drastic turns, and while Freedom, or the GOAT, was, you know, right there in the accident, his first thought was like, yo, my son, You know what I mean? He doesn't want, actually to his son to grow up without, seeing a father there, which is a problem that I think, plagues society a lot. You know what I mean? Fathers are not playing the role, and then at times fathers are not there. Some locked away in the penitentiary, some locked away 6 feet deep, and these are things we get kids growing up, hostile environments, and it continues. But now, Marlon, you have a very, young, handsome son with a very beautiful wife. How was fatherhood been for you so far?
Well, I've been a father 10 years.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
You got a daughter, my bad.
I've been a father 10 years, but I always wanted a son.
Son, yeah.
Yeah, so legacy, he's very special. Very special, very spoiled. So, I just celebrated my daughter's 10th birthday in New York. I got to bring her to Guyana soon.
Yeah. Crazy. So, now that you have a son, Marlon, let's just stick on the son. Is there, far of a difference between having a daughter and a son? Or does the principle, between managing them differ us,
Ain't much difference.
Yeah.
Ain't much difference. The only thing that, I probably would have liked is for my grandmother to meet him.
Crazy, yeah.
She met my daughter before, so that was a good thing. But, I wish Granny could have stayed around a bit. Yeah.
It's really, you see, these grandmothers, and this is not on script, but these grandmothers are, some very special people, because I had wanted mine to be around though.
Yeah.
Like, for see these things, because as I always talk this story, like coming from Arbaistown, and then not involving yourself in things of Arbaistown, it was my championship, I went to school.
I think this kid is a precious kid, because at the time that he was born, it's at the time when I was going through everything.
A lot, yeah.
So, I feel like he came at the right time when I was, supposed to just sit back and think before I make a move. Because a lot happened that really get to me, and I was like, I get a youth on the way, I gotta chill out.
But there's before we come down to such a wonderful end, there's so much, young promoters. They got a young man by the name of Kellan Price. He's good. He's really making
Six
Entertainment. The guy is doing a really good,
Yeah.
job with, in respect to entertainment in Guyana. He's one definitely to look out for. And we see, young men like Kevin Ross and so on. These guys is coming into, we call entertainment basically. You're like the alpha, at the top. You're like the alpha male up there. What advice would you give to young people that want to pursue entertainment? What should they look out for and things of these nature?
Entertainment is not easy. At the end of the day, we got to promote clean fun.
Yeah.
We got to promote the right things and not just the dunceness.
Yeah.
So my promotion is very balanced, because I cater for everybody: the grown folks, the young folks, the dunce folks. So basically, there's a time and place to everything. Kev doing good. I see Kev had a couple events that turned out really well. He gaining a really good following. Social media is a tool that, I encourage every youth, not even in promotion, but that trying to do business.
Yeah.
It starts with building a following on social media. Because I don't think there would have been no growth without social media. And I don't think they give me as much credit, because I am probably the first person to use social media in such a way that, I can make a living off of it.
Word.
You understand? So, and this is since 2009 when Facebook came out. When I was in college, everybody was posting status on Facebook. I was posting a flyer.
Damn.
Right?
Damn.
So
Yeah.
I feel like, for the past 10 years, the influence that I had on the internet has been tremendous, and a lot of youth see it and wanna,
jump on that one.
But nothing is wrong with it. Just know that it comes with a lot of problems. You just gotta know how to deal with it.
Handle it.
Yeah.
And lastly, bro, it's been wonderful speaking to you. Actually, it's been really, informative. A lot of things I'm learning, as a journalist from an entertainer, which is great. We've seen you endeavor into music now.
Yeah.
It's nice to be nice. It's definitely nice to be nice. And then this new Chin Long Chong.
Yeah.
Talk us into like, you know, your pathway into music, man. Like, like from entertainment to music. I mean, it's still music in the old.
Yeah.
But like singing.
I've used comedy,
Yeah.
you know, to promote my business.
Big up with that so one time.
Yeah, I've used comedy from
Yeah.
day one to promote my business. A lot of storytelling because I really good at writing.
Yeah.
Like even in my free time, if I'm not writing a song, I'm writing something in my notes, right? So I had this song that I write since 2017 on Super Rare Rhythm.
Oh.
And I perform it.
The Bamsi song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I perform it in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And that was like my first time actually performing in front of
Yeah.
a crowd at my event.
Yeah.
And it was coincidence because it's not something that I would do. You know?
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
let the DJs do the thing. But it was a vibe and Fojo saw it and he called me the next and he said, yo, Freedom, you gotta come in the studio now. I said, no, man. The thing done viral already. Let me
left
put
it,
that
yeah,
aside. No,
yeah.
he said, no, you gotta put the song on the track, bro. I get a track for you, come in the studio now. And my friends, they encouraged me, yeah, let me go in the studio and see what Fojo did.
Yeah.
So from then, you know, the music, that's when I realized I could actually write a
Yeah,
song.
okay, great.
So
great.
the music become like a therapy for me. I start linking Fojo every day. Code Red started sending me beats. Frazier started sending me beats. When I come to Guyana, Calvin bring me to Joey Tuku.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
up Joey Tuku, big
Yeah.
up Calvin. And then that's when we did Broken. Broken was my first song with Joey. And, you know, the reception that I got from that, it encouraged me to also keep going because no, I'm not a one-hit wonder. I got 2 songs.
Yeah.
So Joey said, yo, we got to do a next song. Nice to be nice. And that song is still going. I think that's one of the favorites. Right?
Yeah. It's nice to be nice. We've seen this guy, the GOAT. He moved, you know, from entertainment, as I alluded to, into music, and we've heard about, you know, the hurdles that life, you know, possesses. If as you know, as a young listener, or you know, anyway in the mid, you know, 20s, 30s, you know, still in your peak, you know, aspect of your career. I mean, it's very important to understand that life takes a drastic turn. There is no, you know, free sailing street. There's bumps, there's, you know, hurdles that you gotta climb. If you think, I've grown up on this quote that if you think life is fair, or if you think life is going to be all, you know, nice and glimmer for you, well, then we should get even fingers, which we don't have even fingers, which is crazy.
That makes
so,
sense.
yeah, I mean, life is full of ups and downs, and this is a perfect example of how life could go from 0 to 100, and then from 100 to probably 0 real quick. Big up Drake one time, real quick. So, Mr. Goat, I just want to say again, it's been a privilege speaking to you, bro. This has been, you know, something long up my pipeline, but I believe in time. I believe the right time is always, time is the master, and it's such a wonderful, you know, time having you on Focus, you know.
Respect, man.
You like a motivation to me, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You do, I respect.
And next thing that I encourage, like the users coming up, Kella and Kev, you know what I mean, all the promoters that's coming up, is that branding is important.
Yeah.
Right? Branding. Not even just in parties, but in promoting any business.
Yeah.
You know, once people is familiar with your brand, you know, that's the money. The brand is the money.
Yeah.
Right? So if they're looking for longevity, you know what I mean, they gotta build a brand. Yeah, because you could be popular today and then tomorrow.
Then tomorrow you pop, yeah.
Don't know you because they can't remember who you're popular for. You understand?
Correct.
So yeah, that's why I would encourage the young promoters and that's coming up to just do the thing, man.
I hope y'all paying attention. I know a lot of you. What I like in my viewers is that they pay attention to everything y'all already at. You know what I mean? Like, hey, have a nice day. You know what I mean? This is Mr. Marlon Jacobs. The GOAT has his own, you know, store. You guys could go and get, you know, Freedom Boss Entertainment. You could go and get GOAT products and things that they start. You know, you could get them the website.
www.freedomfamilyent.com.
And you guys could go out and get your own merch, because I'm telling you again, dipped in honey is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So you're just gonna give them the date and so on, that they hear from
Yeah,
the goat
dipped in
himself.
on March 6, 704 rooftop. This is a part with a difference. A lot of
Yeah.
people are familiar with it because this is the event that I did the next day after my accident.
Oh, yeah. You last year,
So
yeah.
I ain't really get to give
Yeah.
them the full A
Yeah.
game, but this year, you know,
Gonna be crazy.
everything up.
If y'all miss the birthday, y'all don't miss the dipping on it. I'm telling y'all. I know some of y'all miss the birthday, which was a movie for sure. But please, y'all don't miss dipping on it. Y'all get y'all high fashion gears. I mean, the goat are always slick. So y'all actually come out and dress better than the goat. You know what I mean? They got other goats around. So corporate Guyana, I'm encouraging you guys. Y'all come out, let we do we thing and let we support. You know, as I said, the only goat in the country. Mr. Marlon Jacobs, it's been a privilege having you,
Blessings,
bro.
man.
Until
Thank
next
you.
time. I want to say a big shout out to my technical operator, Cleveland James, for producing such a wonderful show of Focus. Again, the GOAT Entertainment. See you guys next time. Bye.
At the most critical life-changing moments, the National Insurance Scheme is here to ensure that your needs are covered. Access reimbursement for medical expenses for various aspects of your medical care. We know that eye care is of utmost importance. Receive assistance with our Spectacle Care voucher. Visiting the dentist? Dental care is also covered under our sickness benefit services. Offset the funeral expenses of a loved one with costs covered by our funeral benefits. National Insurance Scheme. We're there every step of the way.